So today's first lesson is how you can create an Excel document of all the things that you sell. So these can be services or products, but the very first thing that you need is Microsoft Excel. So the assumption that I'm making is that you at least have a laptop, and inside the laptop you have Microsoft Office, where you have things like Office and Excel. So today's lesson is going to help us to create a list of all the services or products that you sell. So as an example, I'm going to use, let's say that you own a grocery or a superstore. So inside a grocery or a store or whatever items that you have, you need products. So let's say you have bread, you have margarine, you can have things like envelopes, you can have things like pencil or a pen. You can have, let's say, doom and water, airtime, sweets. So these are just general things. But the first thing is you should be able to list the items that you have. So in this case, you have these items, but you can actually add as many as you want. And you actually notice that I've started somewhere very far. Normally when you're typing in an Excel sheet, you're going to start typing in the first column. We'll go back to that, but I've typed this at the very far end because I don't want it to interfere with any of the things that we're going to be typing here. So once you have the list here, the next thing is to now be able to create the item list. So in this column here, this whole column, we're going to have the items. So you click items, you type items to notify that you're going to have items down there. And you go to the next cell, cell number 2. Then you're going to go to data. So if you look up here, you have home, insert, page layout, choose data. So once you choose your data, or as others would like to call data, search for data validation. So there are many things, but search for data validation. So click, then select data validation. Once you click, this box is going to come up. When you click on this box, here, you see a drop-down menu. Click it, then select list. So once you select list, you see this changes. At the very far end, there's like an arrow. What this arrow means is that you can actually select the cells that you want instead of entering them here as numbers. So you click on it, it allows you to select the cells that you want. So I'm going to select the list of the items that we have. In this case, the items in the shop. So you're going to press once and hold, then drag down. Then you can release it. After that, you press enter. Once you press enter, this will come back again. So you actually see that it's from R1 to R8. So if you disregard the dollar signs, that's just programming language. It's R1 up to R8, signifying R, cell 1 up to 8. If we had more items, that would actually also go as far as any number that you had. So once you click OK, your drop-down list is created. So if you go here, you actually see this drop-down menu here. So if you click on it, you see all the things are there. So you can say, okay, first customer bought airtime, just click on the airtime and it will come. Maybe now you may want to have quantity. So you can say quantity was 2. And maybe you can now have price. So in this case, it's possible to say that when someone clicks airtime or doom, the price should come automatically. But for now, we're just going to focus on the drop-down menu. Another video will be created to help you to connect that when something comes doom or when a product comes doom, the price should also come automatically, but we're going to do that later on. But for now, this is what's important. So these are some of the things that you can do. But you notice when you click on the second cell or the third cell, you're not coming up with the drop-down menu as here. So what you need to do before you start putting the items, make sure there is nothing, it's empty. Still have your drop-down menu here. And if you see the cursor here, it's like a big plus. But when you come to the bottom right corner, it's changing. When it changes, click and hold, then drop down as far as you can. Once you do that, it has actually made sure that all the cells can be drop downs. So you don't have to do the process 20 times. You just do once, and it allows you to do as much as you can. So you see, it will just be easier. So just create a template like this. Click all the items that you sell. So whether you sell clothes, you can actually just have shoes, clothes, everything. You can actually have a whole list and then create a drop-down menu. So this can help you in terms of daily transactions. So you can say, okay, maybe today. So I'm just going to add another cell for dates. So you may say, okay, today, the date is 11 February 2020. And you can say, oh, today I sold margarine. So you check where's margarine. I sold 2, the price was this. Then everything can now be calculated. So you can actually be able to create what was the cost, what was the profit, and all those things. So you can actually, so for the future lessons, we'll actually have a whole list here to say, okay, what was the cost, what was the profit, how much did you make sales per week, and all those things. We're going to be able to do them. But the first step is to have the items. Once you have the items, then the rest is pretty much easy. So just as a recap, remember the first thing, somewhere far away, create a list of all the things that you'll be selling. Once you have a list like here, the next thing is you go on data. So you click first, you click on the cell that you want the items to be. So in this case, we are clicking items. Then click one cell, go to data, search for data validation. Once you click data validation, select list, click here to select the cells that you want. In this case, we selected these cells, so just click and drop down. Again, you press enter. Once you press enter, you have your drop down menu of all the things that you had. So that's the first part in terms of lesson 1. Next, we're going to be able to expand in terms of how to connect items to the price, then be able to have the whole calculations done automatically instead of you having to write them down each and every single day.